You're like me, you have a lot of ephemera. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Let's use what we have. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Today we're going to make a fabulous storage system for our ephemera. I'm sure, like me, you have a whole bunch, and if you don't see it, then we tend not to use it. So today I'm going to share with you a fabulous organization system for ephemera that will help you know at a glance what it is you might want to work with. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this fabulous binder that allows us to store ephemera and at a glance be able to know what it is we're looking at and what we're looking for. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera because y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here is a closer look at what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making this beautiful 7 by 6.5 by 2 inch deep binder. And it is designed to hold ephemera. So on the inside, when you open it, you can see that I have these clear pockets. And we can just flip through until we find what it is that we're looking for. The way that you can do these by season, so that you know in one binder you might have all of the winter season ephemera that you have. In one binder you might have all of the spring season. You might even create a binder for celebrations. Completely up to you, but here is what we're going to need to make it. So I do have this 2-ring binder hardware that a lot of you have seen me use, and a lot of you have made purchases of these. So if you have them, this is going to be a great way to use them. If you don't have them and you want to create a storage system for yours, I'll have them linked in the description box below. Then I have some chipboard. We're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard that are cut at 6.5 by 7 and 1 piece that is cut at 2.5 by 6.5. I think I might have said 2 here. It's actually 2.5. And I'll show you how I cut my chipboard. And I have 3 pieces of 12 by 12. And then in my stash, I had these clear sleeves, and I bought these in June of last year with an intention of using them and never did. Now I know exactly why I didn't, because I need to use them on this project. So I think I have these linked in my Amazon storefront. If I don't, I will link them in the description box below. So let's go ahead and cut our chipboard. Now I've already cut 1 piece at 6.5 by 7, but I wanted to show you how I cut other pieces of single sheets of chipboard. So whenever a blade is dull, I use it to cut chipboard, and I mark it with the permanent marker so that I'll know that it is one of my duller blades. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and we are going to do a couple of kiss cuts at 7. Then I'll go ahead and cut at 6.5. Again, another little kiss cut, and then I will cut at 2.5. And now I can go through, because I've made those cuts, and it's very easy for me to cut my chipboard. I can just bend it back like that and cut it. So now I'm going to add some tape to the back of my chipboard, and I'll be right back. All right, so the chipboard is taped. I'm going to set it to the side because I need to go ahead and join 2 pieces of 12 by 12 together to get a big enough piece for us to be able to use on the jacket cover. So I'm going to go ahead and remove some of this excess because we don't need it all. And I am going to trim this to 9.5 by 12. Then I'm going to take my tape, and we're just going to place a strip of tape along the 9.5 inch side. And then I'll peel away this backer, and we're going to join these 2 pieces together. So basically I am just going to overlap onto the tape to join those 2 pieces together like that. Now I can flip over and we can place our chipboard pieces, but you want to make sure that on the spine you place the back piece of your jacket. So I'm just doing a nice little fit here to make sure that we're going to be able to make this work, and we can. So what I mean by having that seam on the back, you want to make sure that that seam that's on the outside of the jacket is running through the back cover of your binder. You don't want it on the spine, you really want it on the back. So do your test fit and then place your pieces. So I went ahead and removed that excess there. Now I can remove all of my tape backers and we can place our pieces. All right, so I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to place it down first. And now I can take this piece and I'm just going to turn it around. It's easier for me to place my pieces coming at it from the right. So now I'm going to take this piece. We're going to place it right there. And then I'll take this piece and we are going to place it right there. So when you're placing your pieces, you're placing them so that the 7-inch side is going this way. So I am going to remove just a little bit more of this. So now I'm just going to stand it up and fold over. And if you have a paper that is prone to cracking, go ahead and take your stylus or bone folder and press it against the chipboard and go around the entire thing, giving it a nice little score. That might help to break up the fibers. It won't necessarily stop the cracking, but it might help to break up those fibers. One thing that I would suggest is if you are making a binder, use a lighter weight paper on the outside because that will fold over a whole lot easier than thicker papers will. So now we are going to miter our ends. I'm going to take my tape and go around my edges here. Use my little baby spatula. And if you're interested in the Posh tools that you see me using, you can find a link for them in my description box. My daughter, Erin, is actually making these for me. So let's go ahead and do that. And now I'll just make sure that my tape is nice and stuck. And I'm going to peel away my tape backers, fold over my end pieces, getting it stuck in that tape, fold over here. Then I'm going to take a little bit of tape and put it right here on the edges to make sure I have good tape coverage all the way around. Now let's fold over. I think this binder is going to be very helpful because, like I said earlier, if we don't see it, we tend to forget that we have it. And since we are on this, use what you have. We need to see it. We need to know that we have it. So if we make these little binders, we will be able to find our crafty ephemera in no time. So what I did was I went along the edges because I like to just square everything to make it look nice and professional. Now we're going to place down the inside liner. So I'm going to put my regular cutting blade back in. I'm going to trim away the information bar here. So to get the most out of our paper, we're going to go ahead and cut two pieces at 6 by 12. Then we're going to take one of those pieces and we're going to cut it at 5 by 6. And that will give us what we need for the inside of our book. So I am just going to take tape, and y'all, I am going to do end-to-end tape coverage from here to here just to make sure that my liner stays stuck. And I will be right back. All right, so let's peel away our tape backers. And we're going to take this piece and place it down like this. Then we'll take the 5 by 6 inch piece and we're just going to place it down. And now I'll use my big old spatula to go in, get everything nice and stuck, work my spine. Let's bring that up. Then I'll use the rounded edge of my big old spatula to go in and work it. Turn it around and come at my spine from this side. Let's go ahead and work the spine, making sure that we have it all nice and stuck, because what you want is when you close your book like this, you don't want any paper puckering in the corners. If you do have paper puckering, just go in and work it again. So there is our beautiful binder. Now we need to place the hardware. So in order to place my hardware, I'm going to be using these Chicago screws, and I am going to take 2 of the screw heads and then 2 of the smaller pieces like this. Then I took my hardware and I created a little template. And here is that template. So I went ahead and put my holes on this. So now I can take this and we can place it wherever we want it here. So then I'll take my clip and put my clip there. And I'm going to see if I can place another clip right here because I really want to hold that in place. But I am going to take my Crocodile Big Bite. I have it set on the 3/16 setting. And I'm basically just going to find that hole and then I'll punch. Then I'll move down to this end and do the same thing. I'm going to find that hole and I'm going to punch. So then I'm just going to take my screw back and push it on like that because I just want to make sure that I have opened the hole up enough for me to be able to get everything in where it needs to be. So I'm basically just putting that in to make sure that it's going to fit in my hole. Because now we're going to take this. I'm going to take one of my screw heads, and you'll know that it's a screw head because it has the little rivets in it. And I'm just going to put that in like that. Then I'll take the flat part, which is this part, put it in, and just screw it a little bit. Now I'm going to bring in this handy dandy screwdriver set that I bought at Dollar Tree for $5, y'all. It's worth every penny. I have used this over and over. So I am just going to go in, hold that back, hold the back piece in place, and I'm just going to screw. Now I'll push that back piece through, hold it with my finger, and just screw. Now I can do the same thing on this end. I'm going to take my screw, put it in like that. We'll take this back piece, place it in, And now we'll just screw it into place. And I'll hold the back piece while I turn the screwdriver. And then we just work it into place like this, getting it as tight as we can. And you can see that that's pretty tight. That is what you want. Now we have a functioning binder, and it's a nice size binder, 7 by 6.5 by 2.5. So now I'm going to bring in my little zippered pouches, and I am going to place 6 in this book. So what I did is they have the zipper, and I want the zipper to be in alternating positions. I don't want all of the zipper positions to be at the top. So I'm closing it, and then I'm just alternating the zipper position to sort of even things out. So you can see what I mean. I have 3 zippers going this way and 3 going this way. So now what I also did is I took this, opened it, then I placed my chipboard in and squeezed to get the positioning. Then I punched some holes to create this little template here. So that's what I'm using, and that is how I did it to make sure that I have my hole placement right. So I am going to take these pieces, place them on my chipboard, try to get them as even as possible. Then I'm going to take my binder clips and place them right there. Grab my Crocodile Big Bite, find that hole, and punch through. See, that's a nice clean punch. And let's do the same thing with this one. Nice clean punch. See? So now we can take these and we can put them in our binder. And so you might want to use inserts that are a different size. If you're going to customize your binder to fit the inserts or the sleeves that you have, whatever the length of your sleeve is, make sure that you add at least 1.5 inches to the chipboard so that when you close it, it's naturally going to push everything forward. But because we've added that 1.5 inches, you can see that nothing is sticking out. Y'all, I absolutely love how these are turning out. So now we can just take our ephemera, unzip the pouch, put the ephemera in the pouch. It's not going anywhere. Like that. And then we can just keep filling. And you can see how easy it is to fill this and see what you have. Now you might want to use Ziploc bags or plastic sandwich bags. That is completely up to you. I chose to use these for this project because I know that I'm going to be taking these in and out and they will get repeated use. I was so glad that I had these in my stash because it made it possible for me to have these durable little bags that will definitely last for a long, long time. These bags are 5.5 by 5.5, and you can see how well they fit. Depending on how many pieces of ephemera you have in each one of your sleeves, you can get more than 6 in a book. I have 6 in this book because this book started out with 6 in it, and you can see that it's pretty tight because I do have a lot of ephemera pieces in these sleeves, more than I have in these little sleeves right here. So depending on how many pieces of ephemera you have in each one of the packs, that will help you decide how many packs you want to put in a notebook. And then we can take these and we can store them. And to know what you have inside of each binder, you can create a little label for the back. So let's say you create one for Christmas and you have all of your Christmas ephemera in the same ephemera binder. Just label it Christmas, or you might want to put a Christmas tree sticker on the back. This one is more of an all occasion celebration one. So if I wanted to, I could say celebrations, or I could put a birthday cake, and that'll tell me that it's for celebrations. But y'all, look at how absolutely fabulous these are. We used what we had to create this project, and you guys know I use this paper a lot, so it is definitely from my stash. But we used what we had to make our ephemera binders. I'm not decorating these binders at all because they are working binders and I don't need them to be decorative. I just need them to be functional. And I think that we have achieved that. Y'all, everything that I used on today's project came from my stash. So let's save some money by using what we already have instead of going out to purchase something new. And then you too will be able to find any piece of ephemera that you might be looking for, because we have these wonderful clear bags that will show us exactly what we want. So if you have rolled paper, that is great for this project. If you have contact paper, that is great for the cover as well. Peel and stick wallpaper, great for the cover as well. Whatever it is you choose to do with your project, please have fun doing it. So I hope that you have enjoyed this fun way that we can store our ephemera and have it available to us at a glance. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, y'all, these are the things that we do, and this is how we do it. So I would love to have you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I upload a new video. As always, my friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye. When you purchase a pack of ephemera, usually at the back of that pack is a contents grid, and it'll show you exactly what's in the pack. So here's a cute way. So here's a help. So why not take that content grid and put it at the back of your ephemera sleeve so that you'll know exactly what's inside. So as we flip through, you can see that I have one here. It will show me exactly what's in this pack. And as I take something out, all I have to do is cross through it, and that way I'll know that that's no longer in the pack. So that is another wonderful way to help you get the most out of what you already have.